Okay, boys and girls. So I was watching this video, and this guy talking to Charlie Kirk, and he was talking about how he didn't want any government whatsoever, and he wanted anarchy. He's an anarchist, and I don't know, never really made much sense to me. I used to say it a lot when I was younger, because it's kind of the thing in the 80s and 90s, like buck the system, anarchy rules, the A in the circle, the red, and it's it was fun when you were young and dumb and didn't know anything, but then you come to realize what anarchy really means, and that isn't because you read it in a dictionary, but because you've seen it. All right. In the military, we got this thing, ground forces, when the shit is at the fan and you don't think you have a chance and you've done your final protective fire and all that stuff like that, you call out Broken Arrow over the airways. And that is an immediate response for any air force unit to come in and bomb the F out of the place until everything's dead. And that doesn't work so good a lot of times, because it's done in extreme haste, and as though it may save a lot, it doesn't save enough. But it's better than all being dead, right? Especially when you're trying to win a battle. That's anarchy. It is also used in the military and in the government as a term used and put out across the airways that there's a nuclear weapon that has been lost. Now just think about that. How crazy a scenario that is. And that is chaos. That is anarchy. Boom. Let's go to Katrina. Sandy. Not even bad as Katrina, but you could argue for the two. People lost power. People died because of lack of water, lack of food. Businesses were destroyed. It turned everything into anarchy. And we didn't know what to do as a society anymore. We didn't get people there to help fast enough. We didn't get people out of there fast enough. It's anarchy. If you want to get rid of the government, I get it. I don't like big government either. But if you want to get rid of the government, I'm telling you right now, with anarchy comes a whole lot of people dying. It should never be used as a bias or a way to run any society or anything. You cannot live off of that chaos. Jesus, if you read about him, if you learn about him, if you pray to him, if you pray to God, you're going to find that there's no anarchy in that at all. And it's pretty crazy that we have people out there in our colleges being taught that anarchy is a good thing to have. And it's a process that we should integrate into our limited to no government. And then we're trying to do this while also having been lost from God for a long time. God brings order out of chaos, out of anarchy. There is only one. There is only one God. There can only be one God. Do you realize that? So you better do your research. You better decide. Guess what? We didn't come from nothing. DNA is coded in that way. It's basically a language serving a purpose back to a mind, not a chemical change. It's been known for a long time that it's like that. It's how we're able to write DNA code in a form where we can understand it, or that computers can understand it. And we only understand it as well as we do now because of computers. Because even that code is so immensely complex and large for our brains. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. You know, I don't know what everybody's thought process is on things, but even saying the word anarchy doesn't sound like something you want in a government or limited to no government, because government encompasses a lot. Roads, infrastructure, military, cops, firefighters, that's all government. Those are all things funded by our government taxes. Not as much as they should be, because a lot of it's just going into pockets, but hey, what do I know? Bidenomics, right? I don't know if anybody else is understanding, but we're getting close to anarchy now. And it sure as heck doesn't look good. But Jesus is right there. He's right there next to you. God is only a phone call away. But you got to be all in. You have to be all in. You have to be all in on something, or you'll fall for anything. I think we can do it. I think God can bring us home again. I pray to it all the time. Jesus, he did it once. He's coming back to do it again. Have a good night. I pray for all of you. May God bless us all. One love. Talk to you later. Still got push-ups to do.